Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everybody. We've got a good show for you today. It's just myself. We have no other attendees, but I'm going to try and keep it nice and smooth, and we're going to run through a little bit of information around a new cryptocurrency portfolio management system. So what I'm going to do today is run through a little bit about the background of crypto. We're then going to run through a bit about this new discretionary managed portfolio that can be accessed via one of the websites. So our standardized disclaimer there. Okay, we've got the launch of Abacus Carbono. Now, as far as we are aware, it's the first discretionary portfolio manager for cryptocurrencies. Now, if you asked me a number of years ago, would I be interested in cryptocurrencies, I probably would have said no. There was a lot of jargon going on. It was sort of the flash in the pan new thing out there. And from my view, I was having people like taxi drivers tell me how much money they've made, people down a restaurant say, oh, we've just made all this money on crypto, but then they don't tell you when they lose their shirt on it as well, when a crypto goes down to zero. So over the past few years, you've actually seen regulators pick up on this, and it's getting a bit more legitimate, and a lot of guys are now looking into making sure that returns are safe. So what this discretionary managed portfolio does is it keeps it as safe as possible for an investor, but keeps the actual investment side reasonable in regards to entry levels. Now, Dr. Ana Isabel Gonzalez had the idea of Abacus Carbono back in 2019. And she planned a launch in 2020. From there, she engaged a gentleman by the name of Raul Marcos. He's actually Abacus Carbono's chief cryptocurrency officer. He handles the trading on the cryptos. He does volatility trades. He invests in only the best quality coin. Now, Dr. Ana and Raul have built a very good system here. It's based out of Malaysia. It's fully regulated, and as far as we are aware, it's the only regulated discretionary portfolio manager of this type. So running into a bit about the regulations. So this is just 3 jurisdictions. So Switzerland, Australia, and Japan, they're all starting to regulate cryptocurrencies now. Most regulators around the world have now got sort of sandboxes or different approaches to the way they're looking at this. There was actually a court case, I can't remember which country it was, but it was a few weeks ago now, where one of the judges actually stated that cryptocurrencies are an actual currency now. So when you're starting to see things happening through law, you're seeing blockchain get a lot more detailed. You're seeing cryptocurrencies being regulated across the world. I think it's safe to say that it is here to stay. And it's always good to diversify one's portfolio, especially with times like they are at the moment. Markets are sort of sidelining. There's the worry about the amount of money that's been pumped in, like fiat money's been pumped into the world. Obviously, gold's gone on for a bit of a rally. It's sort of come off the other day. Cryptocurrencies might be another way in which you can sort of protect your wealth. And yes, they are very difficult to understand. It's very difficult to cut the jargon and get through to who are the best coins to deal with. And hopefully this vehicle helps you do that as an investor. So Abacus Carbono, so it's www.abacus.carbono.com. There's a simple landing page and it explains everything about this system. It's fully regulated, as I say. The investment value is from $5,000 US, so it's very obtainable for any type of investor. And the thing that we realized when we started talking to Dr. Ana and Raul around this was what they wanted to do is make it simple. A lot of individuals, when they look to invest, with crypto, you need to go and get a wallet. You need to then understand how you're going to invest. You then need to do research into the coins. And because there's limited information out there and you don't know, right, is this coin safe? Is this coin not safe? It's very easy, let's face it, to lose money. It does seem that it's very easy to make money as well on crypto at certain points. But what this is doing is it's giving you a qualified manager to handle that for you. So if you do not have time, you've looked at, right, I don't even know what to do with getting a wallet, this is an end-to-end solution that makes it very simple. So you would just click start now on the website. It would then go up to the sign up page. You set up your email and your password. It will then ask you all your source of wealth. It will ask for your passport and your proof of address. It will then go through full compliance. It will go through world checks. It ensures that this is a completely safe and legitimate system. And effectively within a few days, you'll get the logon details to then potentially look at investing into cryptocurrencies. So it's a very user-friendly approach. And we find that a lot of individuals just give up at the first hurdle when going into cryptocurrencies because they don't understand the idea of getting a wallet and then moving forward from there. Not only does this do this very quickly, it makes sure that you've got a professional manager on there as well. So what does it do? Now, the cryptocurrencies that Abacus Carbono specialize in, here are the top few. There are more that are signed off via the investment committee, and I'll run through that in a little while, but you'll see that most of these, well, all of these coins are some of the larger ones. They do also have the option of some coin that basically track fiat currencies as well. So it's not like they have to be fully invested into crypto or into higher risk coin at all times. There are options to pull out effectively into a crypto coin that is cash. So it allows the investment manager, Raul, to have a look at getting in and out of the market to ensure that when markets are actually dropping in certain cryptos, that you're not taking those losses. And one of the big things that I've realized myself when talking to anyone about cryptocurrencies, and it's pretty much with any type of stock investment as well, everyone's really happy to tell you how much money they've made on their wins, but they sort of go quiet when they lose 80% of something or 90%. And I think what they're trying to do with this is to ensure that yes, you can pull out to a coin that tracks fiat currency. So then you're not taking any losses when the markets go volatile. We've all seen the stories of Bitcoin when it's up and then it's down 30% and then up 40%. Let's face it, if you're not in the markets every day and spending a lot of your working life on this, there's a good chance you're going to make money and there's also a good chance you're going to lose money. So this just takes all that away. It ensures that the investor has a safe institution to put the money with. We'll run through how it's all set up in a little while. But the main thing is that that Raul can sort of use his experience to get in and out of the markets. And for, I would say, 99% of people, he's going to have more experience than yourself on this type of investment. Okay, so when Dr. Anna was initially setting this up, the main thing that she was concerned on was how to make this as safe as possible. So for one, it was to get a fully regulated environment. This was done using Labuan FSA in Malaysia. The business plan was submitted, it's fully regulated. And then with the business plan, the regulator had a look into, right, how do we ensure that the money is safe for investors? So what Abacus Carbono did, they looked at using Kraken because it's the top digital asset exchange. It's valued at over $4 billion. It's one of the biggest in the world, just to make sure that the money is going to the correct type of exchange. That was very important. Obviously, then you've used BitGo. BitGo is the leading custody provider for crypto assets. They hold insurance under Lloyd's. They deal with most of the major companies like Ripple, et cetera, and this just allows us, with these two partners, it allows the actual investment environment to be as safe as possible, and then it's regulated over the top as well. With regards to, this is a bit sort of out the business plan actually, you wouldn't normally see something like this, but it's just to explain normally how an investment company works. So you do have an investment committee, a risk committee, and an ethics committee. Now, it's a bit different from just giving your money to someone to just manage. This is fully regulated. So the committee meets at least once a month for the investment committee. They actually, at the moment, from what I'm aware, it's actually every week they're doing these, but they are mandatory required at least once a month, but at the moment it's happening 4 times a month. They look at what's happening with the crypto. We get an update on where the coins are going, etc., etc. But one of the main things that this allows us to do as well, you saw on one of the previous cases, I think that pages, there was about 12 coins. I think there's about 18 now that they're looking into. But you should never get the scenario, and this is the horror stories I hear in crypto, whereby someone invests in a coin that was really just an empty bucket. I mean, it was never really a coin. It was never going to work. People put money in. It's a bit of a pump and dump scenario. The guys that originated it and set it up have swiped away all the money, and then it collapses. With this investment committee, it ensures that there has to be a full due diligence process on every coin. So to even add a coin onto the investment side, so to add, like, let's say Raul wanted to add 2 or 3 new coin on that he's considering that look good, he has to provide a full plan on why we need to look into investing into it. We have to go through everything that you could possibly think of to ensure that that coin is safe. We look at the paperwork, we look at everything online. We sometimes request information from the individual provider of the coin, and then we make a decision on should this be signed off or not. So it's just to ensure that there's going to be, there should be never a point where a coin goes on that is illegitimate. This should only invest in the bigger coin. And then we have that put through not just the investment committee, but the risk committee look at it. And then obviously the ethics committee look as well. So with this type of regulated process, these type of committees are very normal for any type of investment company, but you might not see the inner workings. And I wanted to point this out with regards to how Abacus Carbono do this, to make you see that, look, this is a regulated exchange. It's not only regulated, it's very accessible at $5,000. It ensures that you can invest into the crypto markets for at a very small level, but you have good parameters to protect yourself there as well with these committees. Okay, so that's pretty much it for today. I didn't want to spend too long on the actual website or anything. I could have given you each walkthrough page. What I would suggest is have a look at Abacus Carbono, have a look at how it works. Obviously, if there's any questions, you can ping questions over to our email account, and then we can go from there. If there's any extra information or brochures that you require, just let us know. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. Everyone keep safe, take care, and we'll catch you again soon.